thank you for joining me here on this lovely Friday afternoon. The time is now 3:30 p.m. Central, and you have a live look at an ongoing severe weather outbreak across portions of North Texas. So a tornado watch is now in effect for portions of central and northern Texas, as well as extreme southern Oklahoma, for the threat of damaging winds, large hail, and even an isolated tornado or two being possible later into this evening. We've already had a couple of tornado warnings today back into portions of Oklahoma and Texas, so we're going to watch out for that threat to continue and even increase into the late evening time hours. We're continuing to watch a line of strong thunderstorms move through the northwest side of the DFW Metroplex, bringing damaging winds, and if any of these cells progress far enough, maybe even an isolated QLCS tornado threat. We do have a little bit of rotation with a kink in the storm here. This little thing that was originally a supercell of its own has kind of since collided with the line and kind of decreased the tornado threat, but we'll still watch out for maybe an isolated tornado on the north side of Fort Worth with this here. This is heading up towards Denton and Flower Mound. So again, a tornado watch is in effect until 9 p.m. for the threat of a few tornadoes possible, scattered damaging wind gusts of 70 miles per hour possible, and isolated hail events to quarter size possible. So we've got ourselves a lot to talk about this stream, not only with the severe weather event, but also with the continuation of Winter Storm Anya, which honestly at this point is looking like it could genuinely be the biggest winter storm event of the year. It's super early to call something like that, and we can't confirm it, but again, it is looking very concerning here. We have had several record-breaking snow totals already, and again, several feet of snow are still continuing to be dumped across portions of southeast Colorado, northeastern New Mexico, and even parts of the Oklahoma Panhandle, where we do have some power outages now, alright? So definitely some concerning stuff. Again, on the bottom left-hand corner of your screen is Storm Runner Media there. He's live with the Winter Storm Anya threat. But, again, you can kind of see on his feed there that we've got a lot of snow falling across portions of southeast Colorado, northeast New Mexico, and again, even some gusty winds there leading to blizzard conditions. So we do have blizzard warnings in effect for parts of northeastern New Mexico. Now, a special weather statement has been issued for the Santa Fe region, actually, for the threat of freezing fog. This is a very rare occurrence, but it can lead to very harsh driving conditions. So if you're in this area, make sure that you're looking out for that. Stay aware on the roads. But I think that's pretty much all that we have to wrap up here in the intro, so I'm going to go ahead and pull up the stream chat. If you have any questions, make sure to leave those down below, and let's really dive into the meat of this event. So again, no severe thunderstorm warnings right now. That was loud. No severe thunderstorm warnings right now, but we do have a tornado watch in effect, and again, we will see a few severe thunderstorm warnings still at some point today. If anything, the threat is kind of peaking around this time frame. Yeah, I saw that Max is live on North Texas Weather Center, which he doesn't do a lot, but this is a good event for that. We fixed the cropping with the Storm Hunter Media Cam, so now it doesn't have the black bars on the side, and I think that makes things look really well. What's up, Peachy Loves? So we'll go ahead and continue to watch this here. We'll set a light goal. We will set a high, not a high, but a kind of typical light goal here for our streams, our shorter streams, of 25 likes. I think that's definitely a possibility. Just give me one moment. I've been thinking about adding some text across the OBS layout with the light goal, but I think that could probably get a bit messy since we already have a ton of stuff up here. Again, there's already a lot of stuff covering up some of the radar presentation, so I don't want to, make the situation worse. But all the stuff that we have up there is pretty necessary. But again, Storm Hunter Media right now, as they have been for the past few days, Trinidad, Colorado. Watching that winter storm, look at that insane accumulation. They're in the parking lot of a gas station. Unbelievable. Again, those cars are literally getting buried in that snow. That's going to be rough getting them out of there. Again, it's crazy. But, again, tornado watch in effect for parts of Texas and Oklahoma. The Storm Prediction Center has upgraded today to a 5% tornado risk since last time we chatted. So, again, that includes the DFW Metroplex. That includes areas up towards Wichita Falls, back up towards a very small section of Oklahoma around the Granfield area, all the way back down towards Waco, Texas, and close to Killeen, Texas. So, again, that's kind of the area where we'll be watching for a couple of tornadoes today. Tornadoes are going to be possible outside of that region, but, again, they're most likely inside of that brown and now the yellow shaded area there. NATO cast outlook for today. being about just as aggressive as the SPC, really, last time I checked anyway. If we pull up NATOcast here, give me one moment. Here it is. So, yeah, they still have a very similar outlook to the SPC, a small 5% tornado risk in effect for the DFW Metroplex. So, again, 5% chance of a tornado within 25 miles of any given point. Again, we've already had a couple of tornado warnings today, actually, which is pretty interesting. We had some unexpected early afternoon tornado warnings across parts of Texas and Oklahoma. I don't know if it was just one or not, but I know we had at least one. Let me actually check that. So we had 2. Yeah, we had 2 today. Again, we had 1 yesterday for that random, massive hailstorm near Coleman, Texas. So again, supercells, you can kind of see them firing off here to the south. Again, I think that any storms this far east are probably going to have a little bit harder time producing a widespread tornado threat, but I think that we could still see an isolated tornado or two somewhere near the Mexia area east of Waco. But again, the chance gets much greater once you get kind of west of the Waco area. But again, the 2% tornado risk does extend out here towards Palestine, Texas, Jacksonville, Texas, Tyler, Texas even. So, what's up, Alan Crow? Thank you for tuning in. How's it going out there in northwestern Illinois? I'll tell you what, down here in southeastern Illinois, it was beautiful today. Honestly, you really can't get weather better than this, in my opinion. I imagine up northwest, though, it was a little bit chillier, so let me know how things were. But yeah, if we go and take a look at the ARRR model here, we can see that it has these storms continuing to really only start to fire off around 4 p.m. Central, which we're getting very close to that time frame. By 5 p.m., they continue to be very strong. 6 p.m., the tornado threat probably that's kind of where it peaks, 5 to 6 p.m., and then after that, it's kind of a downward spiral. By 7 p.m., we could still see an isolated tornado somewhere in central Texas, but after that, it really evolves into just a big-time damaging wind threat here. So expect a big wind bag here for parts of east central Texas, again, developing at around 8 p.m., 9 p.m., 10 p.m., continues, 11, midnight, again, more just very heavy rain. Hoodie weather, yeah, I imagine. And then again, we will see a marginal risk of severe weather tomorrow, likely get issued for parts of the Deep South and Dixie Alley. This is a live look or not a live look, but this is a look here on the future track for 5 a.m. tomorrow. Again, still some stronger storms out there across parts of Louisiana and Arkansas. Again, the Storm Prediction Center has not mentioned any marginal risk yet, but I can almost guarantee you it will happen. So we actually did just get a new mesoscale discussion from the SPC literally 2 minutes ago. So the local severe risk continues across watch 708. So the severe risk, it's continuing, and again, in my opinion, it's going to gradually increase here. Let's see what else they say. Latest radar loops depicts essentially a steady state character over the past 1 and 2 hours in terms of convection intensity. A few storms have exhibited transient/weak rotation. Again, that was one of the ones we were talking about towards DFW, likely that they're mentioning here. The strongest portion of the line extending from south central Oklahoma to just west of the DFW Metroplex remains loosely organized. Still, some additional destabilization has occurred in the past 2 hours, particularly from the Metroplex southward, where lesser cloud cover has permitted the heating sufficient to push mixed layer CAPE into the 1,000 to 1,500 joules per kilogram range, which is decent, if you're not aware, per RAP-based objective analysis. Given the sufficient background shear which remains in place, there's quite a bit of that. Potential for some ramp-up and severe potential could occur over the next 1 to 2 hours, primarily across the southern half of the watch. So, again, it looks like they're actually probably going to be watching this area here for any convection that pops off. They've kind of mentioned a little, sort of almost like a blip watch here. That's as close as you get to the Storm Prediction Center saying blip watch. Yeah, well, while it was hoodie weather up there in northwest Illinois, down here in southeast Illinois, it was t-shirt and jeans weather. It was, again, about as good as you get, really. If we turn on the temperatures here, let's see what we've got on the board. Yeah, just those low 60s. Again, that's just beautiful to me. I know it is probably better to have it a little bit warmer than that, but I don't mind the chilly weather. Just a nice reminder that fall is in full swing. I guess if anything, it's actually a little warmer up in northwest Illinois in the 60s. But yeah, a little chilly, but outside of that, very beautiful. Almost virtually, well, I was gonna say no cloud cover. That's not true. It's those thin cirrus clouds way up there in the atmosphere, though, so they don't block too much of that sunlight. Again, I'd be concerned about this part of the line trying to wrap up here. Again, guys, remember, this was originally its own supercell. If it didn't crash into this line, this could actually be, honestly, tornado warned at this point. But nights are getting cold. That's definitely true. That is definitely true indeed. Again, in the morning, I mean, that is what I would consider, jacket, maybe even coat weather. It was, what, 40s, 50s across some spots. But, anyway. Again, make sure to like and subscribe if you've been already. We're trying to hit 25 likes this stream. We're also trying to hit 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so I appreciate it. And thank you all for tuning in. But yeah, things are going to get a lot cooler here soon, so enjoy the nice fall weather while it lasts. Alright. Again, really just a big cluster of thunderstorms here in east central Texas, and what that's going to lead to is just a lot of flooding if it remains still over any areas. In general, that really won't bring a severe weather threat. But that's kind of what I'd say there for the east central Texas region. Again, it's the central Texas area that the SPC has highlighted here. Whatever you would call this region, the south side of the Metroplex, I guess, towards Waco and Killeen. Temple, Texas, that's an area where we had a severe storm yesterday. They could definitely see some more storms today. And in fact, it looks like you're getting ready to here over the next little while. Look at that, you can see that boundary there. Alright, so again, bottom left-hand corner of your screen, just above the face cam, is Storm Intermedia's feed. They've genuinely got over a foot of snow on the ground there in Trinidad, Colorado. That's wild. For this, again, basically the first week of November, technically the second now. But it's crazy. Just a little update here on Hurricane Raphael. Soon we won't be calling it that. Soon it'll be a low-pressure system, really. We're not expecting it to make any sort of U.S. impacts from this point forward, so that's good. But, anyway. All right. Just a second here. Again, if you're just not tuning in, make sure to like and subscribe. We are covering not only Winter Storm Anya, but also the tornado watch here that has been issued for the rest of the afternoon into the evening here for portions of Texas and Oklahoma. So, again, we're going to be here covering this for however long we need to. And it's likely we'll have a separate stream later this evening for whenever things really pick up. This stream will kind of be a little bit shorter, again, as we mentioned in the beginning, but alright, give me one sec. So again, I will watch these storms here mainly for just a flooding threat across parts of east central Texas near Mexia and Palestine and all those areas, but we will watch out for maybe an isolated tornado or hail threat with those. Wind, honestly, should be the least out of the threats with those particular storms. Again, wind we're going to be watching for across this line. Again, you can see the line starting to get a lot longer again. So Fort Worth, Dallas. By the time this gets to Dallas, it will be producing storms that far south, and it'll be connected all over the line, likely. So watch out for that. Again, it's really this area, though, where we'd be watching for any tornadic development. And again, we do have showers and thunderstorms starting to move into that area finally, so we'll see what happens. But for right now, we are chilling. So, again, freezing fog over Santa Fe, New Mexico. Pretty interesting phenomenon if you ever see that, but very dangerous as well, so make sure you're driving safe. I mean, it's not like it's imminently dangerous unless you're driving, but it just reduces visibility conditions by a significant amount. By the way, freeze watch is in effect across parts of Long Island for those areas that somehow still have not seen their first freeze yet. Special weather statements up in the parts of New England here. Looks like we've got some gusty showers developing, maybe. Yes, the public reported gusty showers over Waterbury, New York, Montpelier, Vermont as well. Or sorry, Waterbury, Vermont. And then Maine got some of those as well, although these are more heavy showers. So, again, kind of just a little interesting thing to watch there. We weren't necessarily expecting that. I just now realized you can see the microphone. It looks so stupid sitting like this. I need to, yeah, we talked about this, I think it was yesterday. I need to fix my posture. I really do. Whenever I sit like this, I look so tall, it's kind of funny. I don't even know if I fit on the face cam here. Am I too tall? I'm not by any means tall. I'll tell you guys that much, but... What's up, Patty? Thank you for tuning in. Again, if you're just now tuning in, make sure to like and subscribe to help push this coverage out to the folks that need it. Again, we're watching severe weather across parts of Texas and Oklahoma, as well as the winter storm that continues to be a big threat into parts of Colorado and New Mexico. Again, just above my head there, Storm Runner Media in the thick of it. So... Again, they've got a good foot of snow on the ground there in Trinidad, Colorado. But yeah, so far there's not been a lot to talk about. Again, things were actually a lot more active earlier today, like earlier into the afternoon, which we were not expecting. We were expecting this to be a late afternoon, evening time threat. And it looks like it's going to be, but things are, if they're going to start, they're probably going to start very soon. Otherwise, I just don't think much is going to happen. For the rest of the day. Again, those tornado warnings were concerning back into southwest Oklahoma earlier. And that's why they pushed the slight risk up there. But other than that, we're chilling. Again, they did cause some flooding, it looks like, as well. Flash flood warnings in effect for that area. Again, Oklahoma, all across the state today, you've been seeing just some heavy rain off and on. No matter where you're at, likely. Again, a flash flood warning in effect for the Tulsa region. But, see, we should get a new run of the HRRR soon, so that'll be something to look at. What does the NAM say? This is a relatively new run of the NAM. It's not even done loading yet, but if we take a look at things here, it looks like, again, they were kind of expecting things to be going around 3. That didn't really happen. And they're showing heavy thunderstorms, potential for severe storms all the way till 10. And then again, another round tomorrow across Louisiana, Arkansas, although it will be more isolated in nature, a bit less intense as well, so that's good. Again, for anybody that's watching close to home here, back in Illinois, we're going to see some much needed rainfall from this system. Really, no matter where you are in the state, you'll get a shower or something at the least, most likely, so that's good. But yeah, no intense thunderstorms or anything, so just a lot of much needed rainfall. Very beneficial. Again, this little cluster of storms here, I know it looks intimidating on the radar, the ones heading up towards Mexia, but they're really just going to cause a big flooding threat more than anything if they stand stationary, but they're not even doing that, so they're likely just going to be, one of those storms where it pours, absolutely pours for 20 minutes or so. There's some lightning, some thunder, but outside of that, there's no real harm or danger with those. And just beneficial rainfall. You guys need the rain, honestly, in Central Texas, because North Texas, you got plenty of rain recently, but once you go a little further south, it's a bit more iffy, honestly. So, you guys should definitely appreciate that. What's up, Jerry? Thank you for tuning in. Alrighty. Davis #1 fan is here. Let's go. So, thank you, Sylvia. I appreciate it. Again, we really have not had that much activity to look at. Interestingly enough, this storm near Groesbeck, Texas, that we've been watching is moving northwestward slightly. Again, it's mainly just going to bring a heavy rain threat more than anything, but we have literally nothing else to watch right now other than the winter storm, so. And again, I don't want to make it sound like that's not a big deal, because it is. It's absolutely the most intense thing we've got going on right now, but it's kind of hard just to cover a winter storm base off of radar. Again, I keep pointing the camera above me, and that is a really, really crazy feat. It is, but they've got a good foot of snow there. By the way, recently I've learned that whenever you tune into one of my streams, for some reason it likes to downgrade the quality automatically without you changing anything. So make sure that you guys are watching this in 1080p, because otherwise it just looks really pixelated. Again, I don't know why it does that, but it does. So I'm amazed how you can multitask. I'm a little jealous. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of scatterbrained, so that's probably part of it. But anyway. Yeah, a lot of snow indeed. And again, it's going to keep piling on there. Again, they're in Trinidad like they have been for the past couple days, but things are, I mean, that is kind of the most intense region, honestly, but in terms of pure snowfall totals. But you go a little further south, it gets windier. It's blizzardous conditions, which, honestly, they may be avoiding that area for that reason, because it's going to be very dangerous and harsh to drive. There's going to be people freaking out on the road. It's going to be a mess. It's going to be people struggling to travel in those conditions, because it's just going to be a big mess, honestly. Again, with that freezing fog as well near Santa Fe. Pretty big deal. That made a difference? Yeah, again, I don't know why it does that, but it does do that. Again, guys, my streams have always been in 1080p, but for some reason it likes to automatically put other people's quality downward. No, we're not doing that. I've already said that, B-Dog. Seriously, please don't encourage people to do that, because, again, it was funny at first, but it's starting to get annoying. Hashtag Davis, #1 fan. Okay. W, I guess. I saw those hashtags in Mr. Storm stream last night. I was so confused. I was live with him, if you guys aren't aware. But, yeah, the line of storms is about to move through downtown Fort Worth. So if you're in Fort Worth, get ready for some rain. Heavy rain for a few minutes, and then it'll be over. Some wind, probably, as well. What have we got going on here? Contamination? Probably. Yeah. Is he going through... Oh, I thought he was going through a drive-thru. He, Oh, I think that they are. I think that's Sonic. I was gonna say, it looks like a gas station, but that's a Sonic, I think. They were at a McDonald's yesterday. While Mr. Storm was live, I think. Yeah, as we're trying to get to 25 likes this stream, and we're not going to be live for too much longer, so I don't think we're going to hit it. But if we did, that'd be awesome. So, again, that'd be greatly appreciated, but you don't have to. Alright. And so far, this has been a big nothing burger this stream. Again, a lot of the activity was earlier in the afternoon in southwest Oklahoma. Not a great forecasting by anybody on this event, including me. What did you think the winter will look like in Massachusetts? So in Massachusetts, things are, honestly, if anything, things are going to be average. I think they could be slightly warmer than normal, and that could lead to some decreased snowfall totals. It could also be a little bit drier than normal, but, I mean, if you're one of those people that doesn't like snow very much, I think this will be a good winter for you. But outside of that, I think it's probably going to be a pretty boring winter. Again, you will see snow still, obviously, at some point, because, I mean, it's Massachusetts, but... probably not as much as you usually do, honestly. You can call Slight Risk a nothing burger, you know how I know? Because I just did it. No, but Slight Risk still do have a certain expectation to them, so especially whenever there's a 5% tornado risk, you can call it a nothing burger, I think. Our news and electric company said that we may lose power sometime between 6 and midnight due to higher winds. Yeah, that'll be something to look out for. The winds probably aren't going to get that strong, though, honestly, in downtown Denver. But if they do, we'll watch out for that. There's a good chance you could still lose power. You got whiteout conditions at your house? Wow. Snow, yes. Snow indeed. Again, especially out there in eastern Colorado. And Storm Intermedia. Again, above my head there in Trinidad. A lot of heavy snow. A lot of it. So again, not a lot to discuss. Again, I think we're going to kind of wrap things up here and come back later whenever they're more active. If they do get active. Again, it's not looking like they're going to. Alrighty. So yeah, I think we're going to end off here. If you guys did enjoy it, please do be sure to like and subscribe. Again, not a lot to look at this stream. So, sorry about that. Max has been 100 days without soda. The crazy thing is I remember the day he started that challenge like it was yesterday. I don't know how it's been 100 days already. I was just scrolling on X and he was like, I'm going to try to go as long as possible without soda. And now here we are. It's crazy that that was over 3 months ago. Unbelievable. But yeah, I want to thank you all for tuning in. If you guys did enjoy, please be sure to like and subscribe. And if things do pick up, we'll be live later. But right now, it's not looking like they're going to. So I want to thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you guys